Today, we're going to be separating the real from the fake from the real. So let's get into it, man. Bless Squad! What's going on with y'all, man? It's your boy, Blessed Applesauce, and I'm here to bless y'all with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about the fake from the real. Trying to decipher how to choose, like how to know whether or not you're picking up a fake shoe or not. So I'm gonna give y'all my 5 major tips that y'all definitely need to look out for when you're picking up a shoe to make sure you're getting the real deal. Ooh. All right, so tip number 1 is put a flashlight underneath them. Do a spotlight check here and check and see if the shoe is actually real. Because when you put a flashlight underneath the shoe, usually on the clear sole type shoes, they'll start glowing in the dark if they're fake, usually like a blue or a purplish tint to them. So if you have maybe like a 5 or an 11 or anything that has a shoe with a clear sole, put it in complete darkness, shine a light underneath of it, and then if it glows, it's fake. Take it back to wherever you got it from because you don't want that. It's an awful looking shoe. It's cheap. It's fake. It's a bad look. So that's gonna be tip number 1. Do a quick spotlight check. Boo, woo. Tip number 2 is check the label on the boxes. A lot of times when you're getting fake shoes, the label will be a lot bigger or a lot smaller than the real thing. Do a couple checks here and there. Check actually what the real thing looks like, the real box. If you're getting a retro, it's going to be kind of like a grayish looking box with a red Jumpman. So if you don't get something like that as your box, that gives you the indication that it's fake. And also check the labels as well. Make sure the labels are the right size. It should be like a rectangle size, not too much bigger than that. Just really look over the label. Check and see if it's real. Check and see if it has all those indications of a real shoe that it should have. Because if it doesn't, there's a good chance that it's going to be fake. So it's either going to be too big, too small, or it's going to be missing some things here and there. So just actually look at the real box, actually see what it looks like. And then when you get the actual thing, check the box again to see if there's any differences. One of these things is not like the other. That's what it's gonna be like. So that's gonna be tip number 2. Oh my gosh. Oh, whoo. All right, so that brings us to tip number 3. Actually smell the shoe. I know it's gonna be weird to do that, but actually smelling the shoe will give you an indication whether it's real or not. If it has like a new shoe smell to it, smells nice, smells a little sweety, kind of like fresh out the box, then you probably have a real shoe. If it smells odd, kind of have like a sulfur type of smell to it, it's not going to smell as pleasant as a real shoe would smell. That means you probably have a fake shoe and you might want to take it back. So smell your shoes, give them a good whiff, and check and see if they smell a-okay. If they don't, take them back once they came. They're fake, bruh. So that's tip number 3. 4. Tip number 4 is check for blemishes around the shoe. You're getting a brand new shoe, so it should be brand new. Check for any odd blemishes. For example, on the leather pattern of a lot of these fake shoes, they'll have little lining imperfections on them. So check and see that the lines are actually straight and the stitching actually looks nice and clean. It doesn't look like somebody did this in their backyard somewhere. Check all around the shoe. Check the bottom, check the sole, check the back. Usually a lot of times the fakeness will come around on the back portion and on the side. So check those very well to see if the shoe is a-okay. If it isn't, again, take it back to what you came, man. So that's tip number 4. Woo. Okay, tip number 5 is take it to a dealer or to a website. If you really can't tell if your shoe's real or not, the best bet to go is go to somebody professional that does this for a living, so they can give you a perfect understanding and let you know if it's a real shoe or not. If you don't want to take your chances, I mean, if you're unsure about the shoe, I personally would take it to somebody that really does this for a living. I'd rather spend a little extra money here and there just to check and see if it's real than be walking around with fake stuff and get laughed at. You feel me? So check the shoe, take it to somebody real. There's also some websites you can go to. I'm gonna leave a couple down in the description down below that y'all can go check out if you want to see if your shoe is real or not. But that's gonna wrap it up for today. That's the 5 tips that y'all definitely need when you're checking to see if your shoe is real or not. So stay blessed. Make sure you hit the like button. Also sub for more content like this. And keep your shoes real, man. It's been the Blessed Squad, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.